Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to Riverview, where we're going to be getting on with some work today. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to send this fella off, do some wonderful mowing for us, get our field nicely mowed here on field 13. We then have a whole bunch of contracts to be getting on with. I have got contracts galore, ladies and gents, including potatoes in field 34, ploughing in field 2. So I guess what we ought to do is, when this lovely tractor gets to the end of the row here, I ought to hop out, go and grab my plough and go over and start doing the ploughing of field 2. Then I need to head to the store and grab the potato harvester that I leased to go and do the potato contract. I've also got an additional combine harvester leased as well currently. Right, now field 2, best way to get to field 2 is to go down, follow the windy road past field 6, up the hill. Right, it's all go today, ladies and gents. All go, 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 go. Lots of work to do. Lots of contracts. Fertiliser spray there. Do I have any fertilising packs to do? Remember? No, they are all harvesting at the moment. There's a couple more harvesting contracts there as well if we need to do harvesting. And obviously there's a whole bunch of baling contracts, but we'll probably skip over those for the time being. We've done a lot of baling, and we've obviously got a lot of our own baling to do, so probably avoid baling contracts for the next episode or two. But yeah, all's fair and game on the harvesting contract. Get a few of them done. We've also got, I believe, corn harvest contract to harvest corn. So yeah, that's probably the reason why I borrowed the additional combine, because it gives me the header, because Delores doesn't own her own header yet, does she? I've got a funny feeling that's not the way to get to field 2. No, I turned far too early. That's field 3. Well, I suppose that's fitting, isn't it, Delores? You're not very good at directions, are you, gal? Not very good at directions. Yeah, we have to go up this one, Delores. Right, I'm going to quickly go down here. Race down to the opposite end of the field. Hey, what's a bit tight? A bit tight on some of these field hedges, ladies and gentlemen. Just all the fences and stuff are suddenly, and hedges seem so much closer in this new version of the map. I'm so concerned about the collisions on those hedges and fences now in this new version of the map that I'm rocking. In the previous version I wasn't too bothered. feel like now everything's just going to be made that much more difficult. Right, you are ploughing. You carry on, love. Again, sandals, probably not the most appropriate for farming in, you know? Health and safety and all that. Right then, field, where's field 44? Field 44 is right here next to the shop. I'm going to get... Don't have to go terribly far here. Looks like there's a few trailers been spread around. Right, so of course this harvest is going to be really super duper awkward for me. I'm making sure the pipe is on the completely opposite of the machine, side of the machine, to all the other harvesters in the game. All the combines. This thing's going to want to unload on the opposite side. Be a pest. Trying to harvest these potatoes and... no doubt won't be able to hold all that many of them. I'm pretty certain actually doing the turning whilst harvesting is not a good way to harvest potatoes, because whilst the topper might remove the tops, I believe the actual potato harvester portion, which is set much further back, tends to miss the potatoes and doesn't actually dig the potatoes out of the ground. So ideally you just want to be moving in straight lines with this thing. You don't want to be doing a lot of steering. If you are steering, you want to be very, very gentle. You don't want to be doing like 90-degree turns or anything, because you will leave potatoes on the ground. I keep feeling people are sneaking up behind me and making me a bit distracted. We've got what, 6,000 litres plus. Actually, it's not too bad this in terms of capacity. I thought this harvester was actually a lot worse than it is. There you can see we've done tops, but we haven't harvested. But it is interesting to note then that there is a texture difference. There is a texture difference, ladies and gentlemen. But when I remove the tops, you can still see the normal ploughed or normal ploughing texture on the field. When I've harvested the potatoes, the normal, the little furrows for the potatoes disappears. So that's a good indicator that I have actually harvested the potatoes on the field. I'm gonna have to turn round to do that hedge because obviously need to back this up a bit. $12,000, so we're over half up. So this thing holds what appears to be about 24,000 litres of potatoes. Is it 20,000 litres of potatoes? 24 could well be. What we do, I want to get this straightened up as fast as possible, really. There we go. Back him up. Might actually be about doing. I want to get over there to auto wick, mate. That's where I want to be. Yeah. GPS is going to be important for this job. Utilising it. So interesting, the field is not actually square, is it? Or at least the bottom edge isn't true. Right, we will need to get the unloader down here in a second. And what I'm probably going to do, probably pause in there. Let's go grab ourselves. I like the fact that we've been given, I think, Kubota tractors for both of these jobs. 7 series there, and what's that one over here? 8 series. Well, you know what? Call me silly, but isn't the 8 series more powerful than the 7 series? So how about I have the 8 series on the potatoes, hauling potatoes, and I have whatever this is. And just out of curiosity, yeah, that does have the hitch on the back. So I do believe Better Contracts has sorted out some of the issues with the latest version of Better Contracts that I'm running. Does sort out some of the issues with the harvest equipment, where it spawns combinations of, where the game spawns combinations of equipment that don't really make sense. Like trailers that you can't connect together. In the past, as we've seen previously when I've done some of these contracts. I've got a horrible feeling though that this trailer is not going to be all that massive in terms of capacity. This Power Tube Plus. I'm wondering if I ought to bring one of my trailers down as well. I don't even know where this contract is going to ask, is requiring me to deliver to. Stu's Farm Shop, which is, I do believe, down here, isn't it? Stewie's Farm Shop. Ooh. Over here, yeah. Going to the debris crusher. there must just be two sell points at Stu's farm shop that you can use. Two triggers. Right, let's see, shall we? We was about 75% full on the harvester. How's that going to do us on the potatoes? %78%. I've got the trailer and the harvester are about the same capacity. Is what I'm going to take from that. Not instantly useful. Thought I could do it with GPS, but the GPS doesn't really line up with the field edge, unfortunately. And I think what we do is we just dive into the field. Start harvesting. Because I don't think any of my 2 GPS courses, either 0 degrees or 90 degrees, is going to work well for this field. Because this field's completely on the one. But I suppose 0 degree, 90 degrees seems to be the better option because I am working the longest part of the field each time. Full. I can see this contract taking a while. I guess the obvious thing to do would be put that into that mode. Does this guy have the option? My mouse cursor, please. Going from fields 44. Does he have the option to go to whose farm shop? He does indeed. Before you do that though, please, can we just check that you are on not ridiculous speed. 30 to 90. Oh, no, no. Automatic tip side, definitely not. Because we want you to try and do a decent job. So firstly, let's go get a full trailer load and send him on his way. Maybe, just maybe, those two options that I enabled, or that probably didn't help him. Are you not seeing field 44 as a target point? Because I have not made that two-way, which is what it needs to be. Now the unloader can find his path. I'd love to know what the capacity is on these two trailers actually. Whether they are, how much those two trailers can hold, and whether they could hold potatoes. Because using them to assist me in unloading this harvester would be quite useful. Open up the bottom of that field, aren't we? %. Hit 85%. Beacon lights come on. Now could do with matey boy coming back, really. Or I'm going to have to definitely pull in a second trailer to help me. If he's going to take too long to get back from the sell point. If he's even made it to the sell point. I suppose we ought to really check, didn't we? We're getting carried away here thinking. And the answer to that question is he hasn't, because he's obviously taken that corner like a bit of an idiot. We will do. We'll just make a change on that. There you go. That's a bit better for you, isn't it? Hopefully he's going to unload. Hopefully it's the right sell point. Well, I'm not getting paid, so that's a good sign. Oh dear, that's not a good sign, is it? I was kind of hoping Mr. Plough would have done more than one row of the field. That contract's not been going well, has it? He decided to drive halfway up the mountainside. Set into it again. He's finished, which is nice. We now need to windrow and Ted windrow and get hay bales done on this field. We have no cause for fertiliser at the minute. Which field is going to be the cornfield? Field 31. Out of curiosity, Make that header a bit more accessible, please. Need to move this. Out of curiosity, then, does this have... Do we have a field 31? We do not. Field 31 is where on the map? Oh, it's this one on this corner. Down here. That's not a problem. We can make a route for that then. However, we will need to wait a minute or two because potato harvester man's back. So we might as well let him come and unload us. There you go. He's full again. But yeah, the limiting factor here then for this harvest is what's going to cause this harvest takes such a long time is going to be the fact that we're going to be waiting for the trailer at most opportunities. Harvester's going to have to wait because the trailer can't even carry the full harvester amount, can it? It's a bit of a pity, but nonetheless, we will cope. It's only July 2nd. We've got plenty of days ahead still. We don't need to worry too much. So I can cruise control this at the moment. Could have handed it over to a worker as well, but Right then, folks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on harvesting for a bit, obviously. I'm going to end this video here. When we come back in the next episode, we will be continuing, obviously, with this contract. We'll also get that corn harvest contract started. And we'll get the gear down there and sorted out for that. If I need to plan and make auto drive routes for that, for delivering that, the material from that, we will do so. And yeah, we'll just take it from there, really. Because we just basically need to work through these contracts over the next couple of days. I need to get that grass as well that I've just mowed, headed and baled. So that will be happening in the next episode as well. We'll get the gear on that. Unfortunately, that is going to require me to do it manually because that header windrow I've got does not work with workers. Workers can't operate it, unfortunately, because the whole you have to switch it on thing to get it to do the actual tedding function and that. It's not just like a normal windrower where you just drop it and it works. Because of that, the AI don't drive it very well. In fact, the AI don't drive it well at all. They really do struggle with it. They just never, they switch it, they either don't switch it on, or they switch it on but they don't like ever lower it. It doesn't work. While the tractor's driving over there, that seems like a crazy thing to do. Alright, screenshot for the thumbnail done. And let's worry about what happens in the next episode, ladies and gents. So for now, thank you for watching, everybody, and I will catch you all later. Cheerio and goodbye for now, folks. I'm full. That is why.